Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my very last Halloween look for the 2015 season, and I really wanted to do something a little bit different and kind of creepy and cute at the same time. Kind of like a cute little bunny rabbit and then an evil bunny that came back from the dead for revenge. So first, I've already done one eye in my foundation. For my foundation I used the Kat Von D Tattoo Locket Foundation, and I just applied this all over my face for a flawless full coverage look. For the eye makeup, I just did something really simple, and I'm not going to be wearing my bangs for this because they are quite long. So to start on the eyes, I'm using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot as a eye primer today, and I'm just going to be rubbing that in all over on my eyelid to make sure that our eyeshadows will stick and be pop out really good. And this paint pot is a really great way of doing that. The very first eyeshadow is by Bobbi Brown, and this is in the color Champagne, and on just a flat top eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to be applying that all over onto my lid, just kind of as a base for the more shimmery eyeshadows that we will be applying in just a minute. And then I totally forgot to take a close-up, but in the crease I'm putting in MAC Satin Eyeshadow in Taupe, and I'm just sweeping that in through the crease. And then I'm taking this Physicians Formula palette. I'm not 100% sure what it's called. All products will be down there in the description box, but I'm using these shimmery colors from this, and I'm just applying that over top of the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow that we already applied, just to give a little bit more of like a shimmer for the cute little bunny rabbit look. Next, I am taking this dark brown eyeshadow from the Benefit World Famous Neutrals palette in Quick Look Busy, and just on an angled eyeshadow brush, I'm just sweeping that into the outer corner of my eye. And then for the liquid eyeliner, I'm using this new one that I got from Shop Miss A, and this is by Muse, and it's just a black liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to be using that to create a cat eye. Then after I have done that, I wanted to create kind of sort of an inner cat eye in the inner corner of my eye, which I absolutely suck at. And then to highlight it with just a little eyeshadow brush, I use this white eyeshadow called White Rabbit from this MAC palette, and I just put that on the inner corner. But it really didn't turn out good. It looks very sloppy and just yuck. I suck at it. Then for my eyelashes, I'm just curling them and applying the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara. A first impressions on this mascara will be coming very soon, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. And I just applied a decent amount of this on my top and bottom lashes. And then of course for some falsies, I use these ones by Cara. These are from Shop Miss A as well, and these are really big long lashes, and I really wanted to use them for this look, so I just applied them to my eyes and made sure that they were nice and dry, and then they looked something like this. Moving on to my cute little bunny nose, I used the Urban Decay Zero eyeliner, which is super creamy, and I just created kind of the outline for my nose. And then I'm using this pink cream makeup just from a Halloween kit that I got, and I'm just going to be applying that on the part of my nose that we didn't color black, just to make it look nice and pink and cute. The line that I made for the nose was quite thick, so I would recommend using an eyeliner that's a little bit more dry and not so creamy, because creamy eyeliners, you are bound to make a ton of mistakes like I did. Like, I was not very happy with the nose, but you know, you can do it however you want. Then moving on to the cute little cheeks. Sorry, the clips are kind of all over the place. I was very ADD with this look. But yeah, to create the cute little bunny cheeks, I just took a white eyeliner and took the white cream makeup from the same little palette there, and I just filled that in white to create kind of like cute little bunny cheeks that cute little bunnies have. And then I just went over that with that White Rabbit eyeshadow again, just to kind of set the powder so it wouldn't move or crease or anything like that. Then I just took that same pink cream makeup that we used on our nose, and I just applied that to my cheeks just to kind of create cute little rosy cheeks. Just something cute to add to the look. And then I started to create the mouth, so I took that same black liquid eyeliner that we used on our eyes, and I just made the cute little bunny mouth. So I just drew a line from my nose down through my cupid's bow and over top of my lips as well. And then I also created some cute little whisker holes. And for my lips, I wanted something really bright and vibrant to go with the look, so I used Cosmetic liquid lipstick in the color Bubblegum, which is a super neon bright pink liquid lipstick. And I just applied this to my lips just to kind of, you know, tie in the nose and the cheeks and just make it look really, really cutesy. This look is super, super easy if you are a kid or younger and you're not very experienced with makeup, and yeah, it's just really, really easy to do. Then I just created some cute little whiskers along the sides of my face. I have never been good at drawing whiskers, so if you're better at this, then more power to you, but I just cannot draw whiskers to save my life. They always end up crooked or just really messy looking. And then to add some finishing touches, I added in just some plain black contacts from Blue Banana. I will have a link down in the description box, and these just kind of give you a really nice black eye, kind of like a little bunny rabbit has. And then of course you can't be a bunny rabbit without cute little bunny ears, so I just applied those over top of my head in a cute little headband form. And you can bend them because they're wires inside, so you can really make them personal to your own little personality. And then I applied a cute little bow as well. I had to put that My Chemical Romance part in. I just had to. So yeah, after you have applied the ears and the cute little bow, you have the finished cute little bunny rabbit look. And if you want to see what it looks like with my bangs, there you go. So now it is time to move on to the second part of this look, which is the evil back from the dead bunny. So first I removed my eyelashes and removed my liquid lipstick from before, just to kind of start off from the very beginning, I guess you could say. And I'm just taking a very, very black eyeshadow and just putting that all over my eyelids, covering up the makeup that we already applied, just making it super sloppy and untidy, just to kind of make the bunny look a little bit more evil and dead looking. And then after you have completely and totally smoked out your entire eyelid, I'm going to be going in over top of the nose and darkening that up just a little bit because I really wanted to make the nose a tad bit darker. We're still keeping it on the pink side, but it's just going to be more of a toned down, darker pink to make it look like the bunny was, you know, rotting and the nose got, you know, dark and not so cute and pink anymore. And then to get into the more gory side of this look, I'm using some liquid latex just from the Spirit Halloween store, and on a brush that you do not care about and that you're no longer going to be using anymore, I just created kind of a Chelsea smile look with this look to make it look like the bunny's mouth was, you know, destroyed and just kind of cut open, and it just made it look really super evil. So I'm just applying a layer of this, and make sure you are letting it dry in between layers. It'll work so much better that way. So I just did that, and I made it thicker with each coat so I could make it easier to kind of rip open later. And then to add to it as well, I just took some Kleenex and laid it down over top of the liquid latex while it was still a little bit tacky, and I just applied liquid latex over top of that just to kind of build it up and create a whole bunch of layers, so that way when we do peel it apart, it'll look like skin is ripping open. And of course, make sure you're letting it dry before you start ripping it open. And to do so, I'm just using a little tiny pair of scissors. Please be careful. I have done this a few times, so I know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional, but you know, just be careful when you're using scissors. So I'm just going to very carefully be ripping that open to make it look like the cuts are open, and it just kind of creates that sort of Chelsea smile look. So it should look something like that once you have fully ripped them open, and it just kind of gives you an outline of where your cuts are going to be and what they're going to look like. So then I just took some foundation the same color as my skin and just covered over top of the liquid latex to cover up any of the tissue that might be showing. The liquid latex does dry clear, but you just want to go over it just in case to make it look a little bit more realistic, if you know what I mean. And then to create the inner part of the mouth, I am taking the Cinema Secrets Undead stack that I got from the Halloween store. This was such a great buy. I absolutely love this. I've used it almost every single look this year. I'm just super happy with it. And I took the very bottom color, which is a dark kind of bluish red color, and I applied that into the inner parts of the cuts that we created to make it look really kind of deep and just really gross and bloody looking. And then I also took the yellows and greens and applied that to the bottom and the top to make it look a little bit bruised and irritated. And then of course I'm taking, you guessed it, Bloody Scab, and on just a little eyeshadow applicator, I'm going to be putting that on the inner part of the cut, so that way when it dries, it'll look like dried up, crusty blood and just really, really gross. This stuff can make anything look realistic. I absolutely love it. And then to add some more blood, I'm just taking some fake blood, vampire blood, whatever, from the Halloween store, and I'm also going to be applying that to the look as well to make it look a little bit wet and just kind of have it drip down my face. And basically here's how it turned out. I was pretty happy with it for my first attempt. I thought it looked really creepy and really, really gross. Now moving on to the rest of the look, I just created a little bit of personality and a little bit of anger to the bunny rabbit because, you know, the poor little bunny was murdered and it came back from the dead and it's going to get its revenge and it's quite angry. So I added in some shadows above my eyebrows to give myself sort of that angry, pissed off sort of look. And then, just out of randomness, I wanted to add some big, creepy teeth. They did not really turn out all that well. I was just kind of playing around and guessing. I probably would not do this if I were to do this look again, just because I didn't think it turned out very well. But I just created some big 2 front teeth that came down onto my face, and I outlined those with the liquid eyeliner, just to make it look like the bunny came back with evil, big teeth that will bite and kill you. Next, I'm going to be taking more of these temporary tattoos from the Halloween store, and I found a couple that look sort of like, you know, exit wounds or bullet holes or whatever you want to call them. I do not mean to offend anyone when I'm creating this look. It is just a Halloween look. It is not real. I just wanted to do something different, and I wanted to make it super gory and gross. So I'm so sorry if this offends you. You do not have to watch this, but I just wanted to add a couple little bullet holes to make it look like after the bunny was completely and totally, you know, tortured, which is so awful, that they shot the bunny a few times, which I know it sounds really, really bad, like, I don't know. But I just thought it looked really cool, and it's totally fine because the bunny came back from the dead for revenge and killed those people, right? So it all turns out in the end. It's perfect. Then to add in some more creepy contacts, I removed the black ones that we put in the beginning. These ones are by Camel Eyes. They're not prescription, so please, please be careful when you are wearing these. And these ones are called Optical Illusion, and they are these really creepy black and white. Just, oh my god, they are so creepy. So I applied those in both of my eyes, and that basically summed up the look. I just went in and applied some zombie blood to make it look super bloody and gory, and you know, I love blood. And then after I have done that, I just went back in and I applied my bunny ears and my cute little bow again, and then that completed the evil bunny look. Okay everyone, so that is everything that I have for the Halloween season. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I really didn't mean to offend anyone. I just wanted to do something different and fun for my channel. If you guys enjoyed this, please give a huge, huge thumbs up and let me know down in the comments what your favorite Halloween look was this year. I hope you all have a very safe and happy Halloween, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!